One door slammed shut at Talladega, and somehow everything around it got bigger. Cletus McFarland was blocked from racing one of NASCAR's biggest stages. And within days, he turned that setback into one of the most aggressive expansions we've seen in modern motorsports. This isn't a comeback story. This is something very different. Cletus McFarland was not cleared to race the O'Reilly Series event at Talladega Superspeedway on April 25. NASCAR officials want to see more progression before allowing him on superspeedways. At the same time, he finished fourth in an ARCA East race at Rockingham, made his O'Reilly debut, and finished 32nd after a difficult race, announced a multi-year partnership with Polaris Inc, sold out his Freedom 500 event at the Freedom Factory, and revealed plans to expand into a pro-late model racing Division 1 lane slowed down. Every other lane sped up. This situation is bigger than one race approval. Cletus McFarland, real name Garrett Mitchell, didn't come up through the traditional NASCAR ladder. He built his platform online first, then stepped into real competition with millions already watching. That changes the equation. NASCAR has to balance two realities. On one side, safety and competitive standards, especially at high-speed tracks like Talladega. On the other, a creator who was bringing measurable growth to the sport. The Rockingham broadcast pulled over 1 million viewers, double-digit growth year over year. That's not accidental. Inside the garage, this creates tension. Veteran drivers are fighting for results. Meanwhile, a digital native driver is pulling in attention, sponsors, and new fans at a pace that's hard to ignore. And now, with corporate backing and infrastructure expanding, this isn't just a side story anymore. It's becoming a power shift. Here's where this gets interesting. NASCAR's decision is technically sound. Superspeedways demand precision, experience, and split-second decision-making at extreme speeds. One mistake can take out half the field. From that perspective, limiting access until a driver proves consistency is the safe call. But strategically, it's complicated. Because Cletus isn't just a driver, he's an ecosystem. The partnership with Polaris is the clearest signal yet. This isn't a logo on a car deal. This is operational integration vehicles, logistics, content, and fan experience all tied together. That means one thing: scalability. He's building a vertically integrated motorsports platform. Events, content, facilities, sponsorship, and now structured racing divisions. Most drivers depend on teams. Cletus is building something closer to a motorsports brand network. And here's the risk NASCAR faces. If they move too slowly, they risk pushing that ecosystem to grow outside their control. Because right now, while they're evaluating his progression race by race, he's building his own stage. The Freedom Factory isn't just a track. It's a content engine, a live event hub, and now potentially a development platform with the addition of pro-late models. That's not competition yet, but it's not far from becoming influence. Fans are divided and the gap is getting wider. One side sees NASCAR protecting the integrity of the sport. They believe progression should be earned the traditional way. The other side sees inconsistency. They watch experienced drivers make mistakes every weekend spins, pit errors, crashes, and question why a newcomer with a clean finish and a fourth-place ARCA run is being held back. Media coverage reflects that same tension. Some analysts are praising NASCAR's discipline. Others are quietly acknowledging the obvious Cletus brings attention the sport can't manufacture on its own. And that's where the debate keeps growing. Cletus continues progressing on track, earns approval for superspeedways, and merges his audience with NASCAR's platform. If that happens, you're looking at a new model for driver development, where performance and audience growth work together, not against each other. That could reshape how the sport attracts its next generation. The gap widens. NASCAR holds firm on its timeline, while Cletus keeps expanding, independently building bigger events, stronger partnerships, and a parallel motorsports ecosystem. At that point, the sport doesn't lose a driver. It loses control of a growing audience segment. So here's the question that really matters. Is NASCAR making the right call by slowing this down, or are they underestimating how fast this kind of momentum can grow outside their system? And if you're in that garage, are you competing with Cletus McFarland, or are you competing with what he's building? Drop your take below. And if you want sharp, no-nonsense breakdowns like this every week, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA.